All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Oe Shen, back to Kageboushi. It feels weird now that we finished Fata Morgana, the main story anyway, and this one's still going up. My plans for this, we're definitely going to do at least until Toki Hogoshi. And then I think I'm going to put the console arcs on hold a bit. Because I'm still going to follow that plan. And we're going to do some Higanbana. Which is what Ryukishi wrote between Umineko and Rose Gun Days. And Rose Gun Days is also definitely on the schedule. But Higanbana is quite short. Especially compared to Ryukishi's other works. And unlike the console arcs was actually written by Ryukishi, so that should be a fun affair. And also, Kageboushi, I've heard, it's probably going to be about 13 or 14 streams, based on what I've calculated. It's probably one of the longer console arcs that's not like a full alternate ending. But Toki Hogushi is quite short. It's going to be around 8 or 9 streams. So, that's the plans. Future, let's get back into it. Last time, our detective gang went on a road trip all across Japan. They're trying to prove their conspiracies about, when, we as the audience know that they're correct about what happened in hinamizawa, and they're trying to gather some information. And we have Uishi and Tomoe and Akasaka bouncing off each other. Pretty cool. They stopped at a truck stop before, so let's see what they're going to do right now. And get back into it. Thanks for all your hard work. Welcome back, Akasaka-san. Whoa! You're really sweating. Whoa! Madoka-san rushed to her feet and grabbed a damp towel off the fridge. I accepted it with thanks and pressed it against my sweltering face. The cold towel felt soothing and refreshing. Alright, Kura-chan. See you later. Yeah, we can talk more next time. I can't do that laugh. Jeez. Madoka waved to Uishi-san and bowed to me, then headed out of the break room. After that send-off, Uishi-san let out a tired sigh and lit a cigarette. It was pretty hot today. Huh, but they're calling for rain tomorrow. Yeah. Sorry if I interrupted anything just now. I bought 2 cans of coffee from the vending machine and sat one in front of Uishi-san. He gave me a confused look for a moment, as if he didn't understand what I meant. God damn it, apparition. That was funny. You can't type out Uishi's laugh in chat. Oh my god. Yeah, it is pretty difficult. Like, I always wonder, like One Piece is particularly famous for this. For having a lot of characters with, like, very unique laughs. I don't know. I guess that's a thing in, like, manga, like, something to differentiate a character. You give them a unique laugh. In, I know there was this one giant that Robin met in her childhood. And his laugh was literally Darashi. And so something like that. And she even commented on it, like, that's your laugh. And, like... Hello, T. Welcome to the stream. And it's just like it's just one of those anime things that it's always just so amusing when you're trying to find, like, I wonder what's gonna go on with this character's laugh and this character's laugh. But after a quick thought, he smiled and waved his hands in the air like he just didn't care.
Akasaka-san, それちょっとお気遣いが過ぎるってやつですよ。
Akasaka-san! Seemed a little overzealous, eh?
私とまどかちゃんはそういうのじゃありませんから。
Madoka-chan and I are like that.
これ本当ですよ。
Really?
そうですか。
That's just Madoka's personality.
Oh, is that so?
それは失礼しました。
Please, excuse me.
I apologize for speaking a bit off point. Even so, Madoka-san and Oishi-san seem rather well acquainted for two people who would rarely interact on police-related matters. So I thought there might have been something else going on.
話も別に大したことじゃないです。
It's a long story, but it's no big deal.
ちょいと人生相談を引き受けていただけですよ。
I've just been providing a bit of life counseling.
彼女のね。
For her, I mean.
人生相談。
Life counseling?
Right.
多分遅かれ早かれ赤坂さんもお聞きになると思いますがね。
Maybe sooner or later, y'all ask for some counseling too, Akasaka-san.
彼女もうすぐ結婚するんですよ。
Madoka's getting married soon.
それはおめでたいことですね。
Really? Congratulations are in order.
ねえ、確かにいいお話です。
Yeah, it's certainly a nice story.
ただその結婚にはお姉さんが猛烈に反対しているらしくて、現在もまだ延期中なんですよ。
However, her sister is fiercely opposed to the marriage. So the whole affair is on hold at the moment.
それで悩み相談ってわけです。
And that's what she was talking with me about.
お姉さん、見ない警部がですか？
Her sister? Chief Inspector Minai?
The face of the witty chief inspector flashed through my mind for a moment. Indeed, as the older sister, she was probably looking out for her little sister when she took a hard stance against Madoka's fiancé.
しかし、そんなに反対するってことは、
But if she's so direct in opposing it,
よほど相手が悪いんですか？
is it really that objectionable?
Akasaka doesn't know.
いえいえ、相手は人格、社会的地位ともに立派な人ですよ。
He's not even from that police department, so of course he wouldn't know.
No. The other man has both a charming personality and a powerful social standing.
なんて言ったって警察署の署長さんなんですから。
But, well, he's the chief of police.
え
What?
え
Really?
And Akasaka does a spit take. I immediately spat out the coffee I was drinking. The chief of Kakuichi Station?
はい、そのまさかなんですよ。
Yes, it's unbelievable.
山沖署長さんがまどかちゃんのお相手ってわけです。
Chief Yamaoki is Madoka's fiancé.
だから赤坂さん、彼女に変なことしたら間違いなく血を見ますよ。
So Akasaka-san, your blood will spill if you'd all do anything funny with her. Alright? Noo-foo-foo.
God damn it. Like, he's not even saying it like that. He's just saying, like, like, yeah. I wonder if that's even possible to say out loud like that, like it's written.
いや、
No,
そんなの考えたこともないですよ。
I'd never even think of it.
But it was truly shocking. Chief Yamaoki was younger than Oishi-san, but he'd still be in his 50s at least. Plus, even in his youth, he was a well-regarded detective with sharp eyes and a sharper sword. He couldn't open his mouth without demonstrating the huge gap between them. And that man was Madoka-san's fiancé.
まあその件は今度ゆっくりお話しするとして、
Well, it's best not to say too much about the topic for now.
どうでしたかそちらの方は。
So, how are the people in town?
馬宿町の何軒かの家。
Wait, okay. Does it say that away? Oh my god, you're right! The vending machine says drink message. I assume that was placeholder text. That was never that was never properly replaced. Like, you know, drink message goes here. Oh my god. Have some refreshing drink message. Drink message. When you need some messaging on the go, it'll refresh your very word bones. God, that doesn't even make any sense. That means it makes even less sense than drink message. I can't come up with a slogan.
I visited a few houses in Umayano town.
どこも留守でしたが、畠山という家ではかろうじて家の人の顔を見ることができました。
Hardly anyone was out on the streets, and I was barely able to see a man's face in Takayama household.
と言っても、ほとんど門前払いですが。
I pretty much got turned away at the door.
ああ畠山さんね。
Ah, Takayama-san.
確か70過ぎのじいさんがいる家でしたっけ。
The house with the 70-year-old man.
で何か話してくれましたか。
So, they tell y'all anything?
Uishi-san held a piece of paper in his hand and placed a check mark next to the entry for her Takayama family. I shook my head and took a sip of my coffee, then continued.
やはりというか、何も話してはくれませんでした。
As you'd expect. They didn't tell me anything.
収穫はゼロです。
No progress today.
そうですか。やっぱりね。
I figured as much.
予想はしていたつもりでしたが、老人だけでなく、
I
若夫
expect
婦も子供もです。
Goddamn pauses.
I expected this from the old man, but not from the young couple. And the children, too.
誰も堅くなに口を開こうとしない。
Everyone is so stubborn, they all refuse to talk. Yeah,
どこの家も同じですね。
it's the same at every house.
口を聞くところが、
Keeping their mouths shut.
まるで疫病神みたいな態度ですか。
It's like a plague of bad attitudes, huh?
ええ、まあ、
Yeah, I suppose.
I slowly nodded to confirm Uishi-san's observation. Right. They were treating us as though we were bringing a curse upon them.
その話を聞きに行って自分がたたり扱いとはね。
When we go to ask their stores, they treat us as though we're the ones who are cursed.
シャレにもなりませんな。
No, I shouldn't joke about that.
Uishi-san let out a dry laugh. It seemed like he and I were lamenting the same observation.
何かどこかの方から口止めがかかっているとか。
Is there someone or something silencing them?
それはわかりません。
I don't know.
もっとよく調べてみないと。
We'll have to look more carefully.
それよりも気になったのが魔除けですね。
What I'm more concerned about is all those talismans.
魔除け？
Talismans?
ちょっと他では聞いたことのないような薄気味悪い祝詞を唱えたり、外壁にお社様の文字を書きつけたり。
Also, those creepy prayers unlike anything I've ever heard before. And the word Oyashiro-sama written all over the outer walls.
面用というかなんというか
They must mean something. But what?
Kazuma Hatakeyama's prayers resounded in my ears and wouldn't cease.
お社の大神お社の
This again.
大
Great God Oyashiro! Great God Oyashiro!
神これのかむどこにおわすかけまくも賢きお社の大神
This sounds like something you'd hear like a crowd of like zombified people chanting. Like in a horror movie or a horror video game, like they'd all be chanting the same thing and like you try to make sense to them, but you know, they'd start attacking you and you had to fight back or run away depending on, you know, what kind of game it was or what kind of movie it was. And like it just really does sound like something like that. The voice I heard from the back of the house. It didn't sound like worship for Oyashiro-sama. It sounded like a desperate attempt to ward off a curse. And that wasn't the only strange thing. When I visited that house, one thing immediately jumped into my eyes. Those life-size human-shaped paper figures with the names of each family member written on them. It looked like a ritual from an ancient shrine or some occult sorcery, not something you'd see in a small residential district. Oh my god, wait!
見ていて気色のいいものではありませんね
Game theory. Is Hatakeyama Professor Oak? Oh my god. That's my Matt Pat impression. Oh jeez. It's like, now is not the time to use that. That's true. That's what Hatakeyama was doing at first, and he was just like talking randomly in your head, even when he wasn't there.
Well, they certainly weren't easy on the eyes.
Plus, they were hanging in sets, all fluttering together.
なああれですか
Ah, of course.
赤坂さんも見たんですね
You saw him too, Akazaka-san.
ええ
Yeah.
それじゃやはり大石さんも
So that means you did too?
私も見ましたよ
I also saw him.
そして壁に何やら読み取れない呪文
And the incomprehensible writing on the walls that looked like magic spells.
いわゆる祝詞延々と書かれていましてね
Those so-called prayers are written everywhere.
I remembered it too. The eerie sight of the walls covered in writing. Kazuma Hatakeyama's prayers still echoed in my ears, and those same words were written on the wall too.
お社の大神お社の大神
Ogami, like when they say that, it reminds me of Okami, the video game.
これのかむどこにおわすかけまくも賢きお社の大神
You know, I actually first played that on the PS2, and when I was playing it, like, you know, this would be fantastic on the Wii. Oh my god, the Wii is ancient history now. Jesus Christ, I'm so old. And it's just, and then they made a Wii version, but you know, by then, like, the pace of games development had accelerated, and I didn't really have much of a time to play something like a remake or a port of something I'd already played that I wasn't like completely nuts about. Like there's some games that you'll play ports of just because you love it so much. And but I really liked Okami, but I wouldn't say it was at that kind of a level for me. That would be something I would play a port of every day. Like, not every day, but like as soon as it came out, just because there was a time way back in the mid 2000s where, believe it or not, there were literal droughts of gaming, that new games that you could have been interested in playing would not come out for months on end in the PS2 era. It just wouldn't have, no games released around summer, like nothing. Like now we just have like a deluge upon deluge of games. Like nowadays you are never going to be able to play every game that you're interested in, that you think might be interesting. It's just impossible time-wise. But that actually was an issue for us who grew up with gaming, who were 90s kids, and into the early PS2 era, where unless you liked a lot of different genres, you literally would sometimes run out of games. Just going off on random tangents here today.
お社の大神の広き厚きお恵みをかたじけなみ祭りかしこみかしこみ
Hello, Void Dweller. Welcome to the stream. What did those words mean? What was he trying to say? I had no idea. However, seeing his sheer persistence made me feel even more terrified than bewildered.
Oishi-san.
Oishi-san? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Oishi-san. Just then, a voice called him from outside the break room, so we both turned our heads. Oh, okay. Chief Inspector Minai. Okay. Chief Inspector Minai had just come back from an investigation, carrying a large paper bag.
Oh, お疲れ様です、ともいちゃん。
Ooh, thanks for all the hard work, Tomo-chan.
今日も暑かったでしょう。
It was hot today, huh?
そうですね。
Yeah, it was.
今日は留守も含めて6件回ってきました。
I had to handle 6 cases today, including a missing person.
夕食まだなので失礼してもよろしいですか？
Oh, I haven't had dinner yet. Would you please excuse me?
ええ、どうぞ。
Sure, go right ahead.
After I encouraged her, Chief Inspector Minai said, "Excuse me," then sat on the chair across from me and spread the paper bag open. And I was startled the moment I saw it. Oh God, frickin' Tomoe, the bottomless pit. Oh my God. I envy you, girl. I envy you. To be able to eat that much food and not gain any weight. If I even have more than like maybe 1,200 calories in a day, I just gain weight. My body just loves to gain weight. I don't get it. It pisses me the fuck off. Jeez. I have to legitimately try not to gain weight. Seriously. There were at least 10 hamburgers in that over pit-sized paper bag. No, 20. No, even more than that. It was completely packed.
お腹すいた。
I'm hungry.
どうしました？赤坂警視。
Is something wrong, Inspector Akasaka?
いや、別に。
No, nothing.
Is she going to eat all that by herself? Feeling it best not to say anything more, I turned to Uishi-san. This is an adorable expression for Tomoe. He gave a forced smile while shrugging his shoulders. This was apparently a normal portion size for Chief Inspector Minai. God damn you.
すみません、刑事。
Sorry, Inspector.
実は歯医者に行ってて昼食取りそびれてしまったので、その分もっと。
I had to skip lunch today because I spent my lunch break at the dentist. No, that's not the point!
やっぱり
Anyway.
ハンバーガーが好きな女って変ですか？
That's not the point either! Anyway, do you think there's something weird about women who like hamburgers? Yep! That wasn't it either. However, Uishi-san signaled that it would be best not to pursue the subject, so I kept quiet. Even so, she was quite the high-spirited lady. I felt confident that I had more stamina than anyone in the public security office, but she could easily blow me away. Akasaka, standing in awe of the freaking human black hole, Tomoe. I suddenly stared at Chief Inspector Minai as she unwrapped another hamburger. After hearing her story earlier, I couldn't stop thinking about it. She and Madoka-san were orphans. They both had no other living relatives. Living in that sort of relationship all these years, and suddenly dealing with her sister's marriage, and to make it worse, the groom was her boss. Would I be able to keep a clear head if I were in that situation? That was a stupid question. Of course not. And Madoka-san had to choose between breaking off her marriage to Chief Yamaoki or agreeing to the marriage without the blessing of her only living family member. It was such a lonely story, but since I had no personal connection to Chief Inspector Minai, there was nothing I could do to persuade her. That makes sense. But for now, there was nothing anyone could do about it. I wondered what Ibushi-san thought of the dispute.
何か？
Something wrong?
いえ。
No.
そういえば、見ない警部。何か変わったことはありましたか？
By the way, Chief Inspector Minai, did you notice anything unusual?
なんというか。
I suppose you could say so.
あったというよりも、変わったことばかりで少々面食らっています。
Actually, there were a couple of peculiarities that surprised me. Then Chief Inspector Minai skillfully flipped open her notebook with one hand and provided us with a brief report on her investigation. There were some small differences, but it was nearly identical to my own experience, so I only half listened. However...
そうそう。
Oh, that's right.
自分が今日調べてきた対象者の中には、生贄の儀式をやっている家がありました。
Whoa! You're just gonna say that casually? Like, oh yeah, that's right. There's some satanic ritual sacrifices going on. But, yeah, other than that, nothing out of the ordinary. Like, one of the subjects I investigated today was carrying out a ritual sacrifice in their house.
生贄？
Sacrifice?
That was the first I'd heard of this.
身代わりというものでしょうか。
I guess you can call it some kind of symbolic sacrifice.
鶏か何かの鳥を屠殺して何羽かをまとめて庭の木に吊るしていました。
Damn, that literally is a fucking satanic thing. They slaughtered some chickens or some other kind of bird and hung them from trees in the garden.
住民たちの話を聞いていると、何でもたたりを代わってくれるおまじないだそうで。
According to the other residents, it's apparently some kind of good luck charm that can ward off a curse.
何ですかそれは？
Oh my god, you're right, Apparition. She's saying this while she's eating like a truckload of hamburgers. My god. She is badass. Unfazed by anything.
What was that?
詳しい話は直接聞くことができなかったんですが、
I wasn't able to ask directly about the details.
ちょうど木に鳥の死体を吊るしている現場に出くわしましたので、壁越しに様子を伺ってきました。
I just looked over a wall and noticed the bird corpses hanging from a tree. So I listened in.
そしたら老人の声が聞こえてきまして、
And then I heard the voice of an old man.
許しておくれ、わしらの身代わりだ。許しておくれ、わしらの身代わりだと。
saying, accept this sacrifice and forgive us. Accept this sacrifice and forgive us.
要請を受けて保健所には連絡したんですが、鳥だと食用の場合もありますから注意くらいしかできないそうです。
I reported it to the public health center, but they said there wasn't much they could do, since the birds were edible animals.
自分としてもどうにも対応に困った次第で。
I was really frustrated with the situation. But they're not eating them, though. They weren't eating them. They were literally killing them and hanging their corpses around. I could picture the scene in my mind. In a dimly lit room, holding the still living chickens down and offering them at the altar. The birds... Oh, come on, Akasaka! I don't think a chicken is capable of begging for its life, but the birds sorrowfully cried out, begging for their lives. But the old man didn't care about the cries of the animals, and he wouldn't stop, so he lifted the kitchen knife overhead. Akasaka has a very active imagination. No, it wasn't. This was in somebody's house. And it would be fine if they were eating them, but they're not. They're literally hanging their corpses out as a freaking ritualistic sacrifice. It was not inside a slaughterhouse. A deluge of sticky blood came flowing out. The old man opened his wise eye to see his wise eye. My god, jeez. A little dyslexic there. His eyes wide as he repeated.
許しておくれ。わしらの身代わりだ。許しておくれ。
Accept this sacrifice and forgive us.
わしらの身代わりだ。許しておくれ。
Accept
わ
this,
しらの身代わりだ。
accept this sacrifice and forgive us.
The old man's words mixed together with the prayer I heard outside the Takayama house.
お社の大神、お社の大神。これのカムどこにおわす、お社の大神の広き厚きお恵みを、かたじけなみ祭り、かしこみ、かしこみ。
I'm still waiting for the dance remix. Those old men recited their prayers as they took the lives of the weak, innocent creatures.
写真もいくつか撮ってきましたので、今現像に回しています。
I took a few pictures. They're being developed now.
出来上がったらお二人にもお見せしますよ。
I'll show both of you once they're done. It's like, it's creepy the first couple of times, but Void Dweller, but it's just been repeated so much. It's like, I get it, you know? Especially when it's voiced. Apparition, you're on fire today! Oh man! No, Apparition's saying like, no, come on, Takayama's chanting can't be helped. Oh my god. Even so, the curse never came for the people who left Hinamizawa, right? And could there really be a so-called curse in the first place? Then why was he afraid of the curse? I didn't understand. The blind faith of these old men was a total mystery.
赤坂警視
Inspector Akasaka.
Yes?
You were just having a vivid imagination, like you were just staring there into space, making chicken noises, and repeating in an old man voice about this weird ritualistic sacrifice. It was kind of weird. You were doing it for like 5 minutes.
Oh. No, I didn't.
Good enough for me. And Chief Inspector Mina looked at me with a dubious expression. She must have noticed my face darkening while I imagined the sacrificial ceremony from her report.
すみません
I'm sorry.
薄気味の悪い話を聞かせてしまって
I made you listen to that awful story.
あ、いえ。それはいいんです。
Huh, no. It's fine.
むしろ、お社様のたたりがここまで得体の知れないものだったのかと、どうにも釈然としなくって。
Actually, until now, Uyashiro-sama's curse seemed so far out of reach that I didn't pay it much thought.
Standing next to me, Uishi-san turned toward me while scratching the back of his head. Then he nodded with a wry smile.
お社様って神様は本来村に住む人間が結束するためのただの象徴的な存在であったはずなんですがね。
The god Uyashiro-sama was originally just a symbolic entity, intended to unite the villagers together, right?
人形とか生贄とかそんな古臭い祭礼の作法もうとっくの昔に廃れたもんだと思っていましたよ。
These effigies and sacrifices, they sound like ancient rituals that you've never seen in modern times.
あったんですか？以前は。
Well, yeah, Akasaka, that totally sounds like something they would do in ancient cults and shit. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't think so.
Something like this existed in the past?
ばあ様の時代にね。
Back in the old days.
かれこれ40年以上も昔、赤坂さんも巴ちゃんも生まれていなかった頃の話ですよ。
Oh, that recent. Damn.
More than 40 years ago, before either of y'all were even born.
It was such a far-off tale. Why were these fossil-like customs... Oh, there's a typo here. The were is repeated. Why were these fossil-like customs being dug up now?
まあそんな様子じゃ私たちに情報提供なんて断固拒絶でしょう。
Well, for now, they're refusing to cooperate or provide information.
ここも沖宮と同じかもしれませんね。
This location might just be like Okunomiya after all.
いえ
Not entirely.
それでも少しは収穫がありました
Actually, I did get a little information.
移り住んだのは5年前なんですがhinamizawa沢に在住していた祖父を去年に引き取った畠山という家に行ってきまして
Oh, Akasaka's gonna have all the information on that. There was a family that moved out of Hinamizawa 5 years ago, but the grandfather continued living there until last year. I think the family name was Takeyama. Okay, Oe, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you get some rest. I'll see you later tomorrow, okay? Please get some rest. Take some ibuprofen or something. Or, whatever's the appropriate medicine for what's wrong. Okay? You have a good rest, and thank you for telling me. Seriously, if you're not feeling well, then by all means. Okay? Your health is most important.
Takeyama.
Hearing a familiar name, I raised my head. After double checking, That was definitely the house I visited today.
そうだったんですか。
Is that so?
すみません。うっかり同じところを回ってしまったみたいで。
Sorry. It seems like I got turned around and we visited the same place.
いえ、それはいいんです。
No, that's fine.
それよりよく話が聞けましたね。
Anyway, did you hear anything from them?
確かあそこは二人ともかなり非協力的で、私は完全に空振りだったんですが。
The two of them were very uncooperative. It was like a swing and a miss for me.
ええ、息子夫婦は全然ダメでした。
Yeah, the son and his wife were a total dead end.
ただ近くの公園で見かけた女の子が偶然その家のお孫さんということで少しだけ話ができたんです。
But a girl I ran into at a nearby park turned out to be the grandchild from that household, so I was able to speak briefly with her. A girl? Hearing that reminded me of the look on the face of the little girl who lifted her head to tell me something. That must have been Aoi.
ええ、その葵ちゃんです。
Yes, Aoi-chan.
公園で友達にいじめられて泣いていたんですよ。
She was crying in the park after being bullied by some quote-unquote friends.
いじめられていた。
Being bullied?
はい。
Yes. Chief Inspector Minai furrowed her brow and nodded. I could imagine why without needing to ask. Someone probably saw the strange decorations at Aoi's house and told all her friends. So they started making fun of her. An adult would be able to endure that. They'd even be able to acknowledge their role in the ordeal and take responsibility for it. But how could a child be responsible for any of this? It was a completely irrational train of thought.
それでどんな内容ですか。
Anyway, what did you learn?
はい。
Right.
それが
Well, according to Chief Inspector Minai, Cosmo was undergoing rehab at the Psychic Care and Welfare Center, but he came home last weekend at Yoshiko's request.
葵ちゃんの話ではどうやらカズマ氏の誕生日だったようです。
Aoi-chan said it was apparently Kazuma's birthday.
心身の状態も良好ということもあり、よしこ氏の仕事の都合も偶然ついたので、彼は2週間の期限付きで家に戻ってきたとの話でした。
His mind and body were in good condition, and Yoshiko had a convenient development at work, so they allowed him to come home for a 2-week period. When he first came back, he spent time in the park with his grandchildren, visited the neighbors, and played shogi with old friends. It seemed like there were no significant changes. But a few days later, the great hinamizawa disaster struck. Cosmo's behavior completely changed after that day.
本当は今日センターに戻る予定だったのですが、明日に延期したようですね。
Actually, I was planning to double back to the center today, but I had to put it off until tomorrow.
今の状態で戻せば最悪入所を拒否される可能性もありますから。
If he tries to return to the center in his current state, there's a possibility they'll refuse entry. After saying that, Chief Inspector Minai handed us a report on the Takayama family. She must have put that together before coming here. That means if she goes to the care center tomorrow, she might be able to speak with Kazuma directly. Oh boy! And that's where she's gonna meet Natsumi.
見ない警部。
Chief Inspector Minai.
これって次回は私たちも同行した方がよろしいでしょうか。
Would it be alright if we accompanied you there?
あ、いえ、
Actually, no.
私もここに来るまで迷っていたんですが、
I had my suspicions until I came here too.
どうも葵ちゃんの話ではカズマ氏は少々自閉的になっているそうなので、次回も私一人で聞き込みをしたいと思います。
But according to what Aoi-chan told me, Kazuma has been suffering from social anxiety. So I think it would be best if I spoke with him alone. He is way too old to be a millennial.
お二人の話を聞く限り、hinamizawaの人たちのお社様信仰は相当深いようなので、センターの関係者も含めて慎重に行うつもりです。
I'm sure you're both aware. The Hinamizawa villagers seem to have a deep-rooted faith in Oyashiro-sama, so we need to act carefully around the people at the center.
そうですか。
I suppose so.
ただ手応えがありましたらすぐにポケベルへ連絡します。
However, I'll page you as soon as I learn anything.
すみませんが、赤坂警視と大石さんは残りの別件をお願いできますか？
I'm sorry, Inspector Akasaka and Uishi-san, but would you mind continuing to investigate separately for now?
わかりました。
Understood.
もし何かありましたらいつでも呼んでください。
You're welcome to call any time if something comes up.
Chief Inspector Mina handed each of us a pager, and I slipped mine into my pocket. You're just throwing around beepers, aren't you? I remember, damn, that even in 1983 they had those? Seriously? Wow. They're older than I thought. I remember in the early 90s, my dad was a doctor, so he carried a pager around with him. And I always remembered, like, you know, he had to, how that worked. Like, it was somebody literally calling a phone number to send a signal to that little thingy that showed which phone number was calling you. And then you had to go to a landline phone to make the actual conversation. It sounds like the most annoying piece of shit that nobody would ever in a million years want to deal with. Like, I can't imagine. It's like the worst aspects of a cell phone without any of the cool aspects of it. A completely hateable device in every sense of the word. My God. It's like, at least with a cell phone, you can call people, you can get information, you can do interesting things. Like, I had a flip phone for the longest time. Until like about halfway through college, and actually no, until grad school, I think. I got my first smartphone during grad school, and you know, even though the flip phones didn't really have games except in Japan where they went crazy, they even had freaking Final Fantasy VII type of game, like that now is unplayable on anything. For fucking flip phones, not even smartphones, but not in America. And you could still call information for things like, yeah. Oh, I didn't know that apparition, that they were widely used in the 80s. I thought they were more of a 90s thing. Really? The first one was invented in 49? Unbelievable. I would have never guessed that. That seems way too old to be possible. But damn if that's true. Holy shit. But yeah, anyway, back to the story. I'm just rambling on. I'm just so glad that those things don't exist anymore and we have cell phones. Then she said she had another matter to attend to, so she left the break room.
Amazing.
すごいでしょう。
The way he said that was just pretty funny.
Amazing, you say?
I looked over at the beautifully flattened paper bag full of hamburger wrappers in the trash can.
見かけによらず健胆家なんですね。
I know, right? Akasaka, I would be worried she's gonna get a fucking heart attack.
Despite how it looks, she seems like she's in good health.
Even so, how could so many burgers fit in her slender body? Fucking bullshit magic! God damn it! Don't even remind me! Oh my god. Jeez. Very, very unfair. I'll tell you, Akasaka. I'll tell you. Jeez. And not just that. How was she able to continue eating like that while talking about She was eating the entire time! Oh my god. While talking about sacrificial rituals.
大した女性です。
She's quite the lady.
本当に。
Really?
You know what? If his wife is dead in this timeline, I ship it. If and only if his wife is dead in the timelines where his wife is dead. I think they'd make a great couple.
いやー、全く。
Come on, Ishi!
No, not at all.
あの子を見ていると父親のことを思い出しますよ。
When I look at that girl, she reminds me of her father.
父親
Her father?
見ない警部のお父さんも警察の方だったんですか
Was Chief Inspector Minai's father also a police officer?
Uishi-san nodded, then stopped to light a cigarette. His eyes narrowed in thought, and I could see the smoke puff out as he began to speak.
過激派の山荘籠城事件でご一緒しましたが、捜査員全員が長期戦でへばっている中、一人だけカップラーメンを何杯もかっくらってね。
I worked with him during an incident where extremists laid siege to a mountain villa.
Oh, God damn it. I forgot to read the routes before clicking.
All the investigators were bogged down with lengthy battle. He wouldn't believe how many servings of instant noodles he ate. I seriously wondered if his stomach was made of iron.
しかもその翌日の突入で裏口から逃げ出した主犯格の一人をぶん投げて確保しちまって。
And then during the rush next day, he single-handedly apprehended one of the main criminals during an attempted escape through the back door.
警視庁にもすごい奴がいるもんだと感心したもんです。
Metropolitan Police were impressed with him too. Whoa.
生きていれば赤坂さんの上司になっていたかもしれませんね。
Yeah, if he was still around, he could have been your boss, Akasaka-san.
絶対こいつは偉くなるって確信してたんですが。
Are we gonna hear stories about her dad? Oh, that'd be cool.
I was absolutely sure this guy would be great.
I caught a hint of loneliness in Uishi-san's tone. So apparently Chief Inspector Minai's father was a public safety officer. And he had already passed away.
ああ、いやいや、すみませんね。
Whoops. Sorry about that.
柄にもなくしんみりしちゃいましたよ。
I got a little carried away.
いえ、そんな。
No, not at all.
大石さん、見ない警部のお父さんは亡くなられたのですか
Oishi-san, how did Chief Inspector Minai's father die?
ねえ、事故です。
Right. There was an accident.
いや、むしろ殉職だと思っています。
No, I'd like to think he died in the line of duty.
殉職それって
In the line of duty? Then...
But just then... Oh, what's going on? Suddenly an alarm went off in the room. We received a report from Prefectural Police Headquarters about a new incident. What is going on? Today of all days. What a sound effect. Climbing out of the car, Chief Inspector Mina looked up at the house where the crime occurred, while grinding her teeth and clenching her fists. Oh my, wait, is this Natsumi's or is this the Hatakeyama's? However, she quickly returned to her senses and started barking orders to her subordinates, running around the crime scene.
Fujita-kun to Hanada-kun, Yajima no line をもっと下げて。
Fujita-kun, Hanada-kun, move the police line further back.
安藤さんは機捜の速水さんを呼んできてください。
Ando-san, please make contact with Hayami-san.
はい。
Roger.
ほら、下がって。
Come on, move along.
あそこ邪魔だ。
Oh, thank you, T. It's Hatakeyama's house. Okay, so it's the Hatakeyama incident.
Back up!
No interchange was already installed, and mobile investigators from Prefectural Police Headquarters had already begun on-site investigation. Eventually, one of the detectives who entered the house ran over to Chief Inspector Minai.
速水さん、容疑者は
Hayami-san, do you have a suspect?
助かりそうですか？
Are there any survivors? The elderly detective named Hayami silently shook his head towards Chief Inspector Oh, I remember this guy. He was the same guy from way in the beginning of Somei Atsushi. I gave him the Kinzo voice. And then a stretcher covered in a white cloth came rolling out of the entrance of the house. It was the worst case scenario.
大石さん。
Oishi-san.
Oishi-san remained silent and continued staring at the entrance of the house. No way. I never would have expected the situation to take a sudden turn.
すみません、通ります。
Pardon me, coming through!
One member of the mobile investigation team passed by me and rushed over to a parked police car, then grabbed a wireless receiver and began a report. Just seeing how things looked out here, it was clear how much of a disaster the worksite must be.
殺人事件現場の馬宿町から小畑清宅の現場検証を報告します。
Reporting in from the scene of the murder at the home of Kiyoshi Obata in Umayado Town.
被害者は畠山一馬氏で、死因は失血死。
The victim is Kazuma Hatakeyama. The cause of death is excessive blood loss.
胸部と頸部の数箇所を容疑者の持参した文化包丁で刺された模様。他に
We identified several stab wounds from a kitchen knife on his chest and neck. Aside from that, the commotion had consumed the surrounding cityscape. Spectators were flocking to the scene, rushing to see what had happened. Oishi-san and I could only stand by and watch the investigators running around like that. Looking back, I saw a familiar house. The Hatakeyama house that I visited earlier today. One detail in the corner made that scene all the more peculiar. It looked like there was a TV reporter in front of the crowd, holding a camera and beginning an on-site broadcast.
本日午後6時過ぎ、馬宿町の小畑清容疑者宅を訪れていた畠山一馬さんが突然包丁を持って襲いかかった容疑者に襲われ死亡しました。
At 6 p.m. this evening, while visiting the household of Kiyoshi Obata in Umayado Town, Kazuma Hatakeyama-san was assaulted by the suspect with a kitchen knife and passed away. It looked like a live broadcast. Despite all the chaos and excitement, the reporter remained calm and articulate.
被害者は畠山一馬さんで、小畑容疑者の向かいの家に住んでおりました。
The victim, Kazuma Hatakeyama, lived in the house across from the suspect, Obata.
なお、小畑容疑者は犯行後に自ら凶器を喉に突き立て自殺したとのことです。
Also, the suspect Obata committed suicide after the crime by taking the knife to his own throat. And then the next words cause us to shudder.
あ、たった今続報が届きました。
Huh? A report just arrived.
小畑容疑者は7年前柿内市に移住するまでは先日大災害のあったhinamizawa村の隣町。
Before moving to Kageboushi City 7 years ago, the suspect Obata was living in a town near Hinamizawa village, the scene of the recent disaster.
沖宮に住んでいて、畠山さんとは数少ない友人関係にあったそうです。
He lived in Okunomiya, and Takayama-san was one of his few friends.
この事件について警察の発表は、
Regarding this incident, the police have accounted. 7 years ago? Our investigation list only goes back 5 years. Did we need to alter our investigation to include people who left Hinamizawa before the dam conflict began in 1978? This is serious. It was difficult enough just going back 5 years. How far back do we need to look? The expanding scope of the investigation suddenly made me feel nauseous.
大石さん、
Uishi-san. Before long, Chief Inspector Minai finished preparing arrangements and came back to us.
勝間氏の家族には被害が及んでいないようです。
It seems that Kazuha's family is unharmed.
ただ事情聴取を行うには動揺が激しくて何とも。
Oh god, we all know what's going to happen in a couple of days. However, it must have hurt just to learn about this incident. My fist clenched wildly, and I began to tremble. Then, right there... Hayami! I mean, Princess! There's a problem! Come this way!
速水さん、
Hayami-san? Seeing the blood rush to Detective Hayami, Chief Inspector Minai opened her eyes wide. Then, after glancing at us strangers, he whispered something in her ear. Ooh,
それは本当ですか？
seriously?
間違いない。
No doubt!
菅谷には山村課長と高屋敷が、沢渡りには刑事二課の連中が向かったらしい。
It seems Chief Yamamura and Tayakashiki headed to Sugatani, and the second criminal investigation division headed to Sawatari.
いずれも死傷者が出て、容疑者は犯行現場で自殺している。
They found victims at both locations, and in both the cases the suspect committed suicide at the crime scene.
菅谷って今日私の言った。
Sugatani. I visited there today.
まさかそんなことって。
No way. How could this... Chief Inspector Minai's eyes opened wide and her lip began to tremble. Her skin went pale and she couldn't hide her reaction.
どうしたのですか、ミナイ警部。
What happened? Chief Inspector Minai.
菅谷で一家無理心中事件が起こったそうです。
It seems there was another family murder-suicide incident in Sugatani.
自宅に放火して被疑者は家族ともども焼死したとのこと。
The house was set on fire, and the suspect and family burned to death together.
他にも沢渡では介護センターの大浴場で数名を巻き込み、自らも死亡。
And there were several fatalities at another incident in the public bath at the care center in Sawatari.
それって
Is that really true?
菅谷は私が調査に行ったところです。
I visited Sugatani during my investigation today.
そして沢渡は
And Sawatari was...
私ですね。
That's Rowan!
おそらくそこは私が会ったばあさんのいる介護センターでしょう。
I believe I met an old woman at the very same care center.
やっぱり。
Of course.
じゃあ今日起こった事件の容疑者はみんなhinamizawa出身者ってことなの？
I wonder what kind of theory they're going to concoct from this information. Then all the suspects from the incidents today were people from Hinamizawa. Why?
警部
Chief Inspector?
Overwhelmed with shock, Chief Inspector Mina repeatedly pounded on the wall beside her, then tilted her head back and groaned. After seeing that, her team of detectives came running over, but she held up a hand to say, "I'm fine." Then she shook her head as she walked with Detective Hayami to the police car.
大石さん、これは一体どういうことでしょう。
Hoishi-san, what the hell does all this mean?
どうですかね。
What indeed?
赤坂さん、偶然だと思われますか。
Do you think it's all a coincidence, Akazaka-san?
My heart was shouting, "There's no way this could be a coincidence." Maybe my heart was shouting loud enough that Uishi-san could hear it. But still, how could I answer that? Would I be admitting the curse is real if I said it wasn't a coincidence? Impossible. That can't be possible. That was a pretty long chapter. Damn. But we got a lot of cool information about all our detective trios here. Oh, and a tip. Okay, psychosomatic medical report. Yeah, the groan was because she's upset that she couldn't save those people's lives. Like she was just because like Tomoe is just such a dedicated person, and you know her family was a victim of murder. Well, arson, but you know, arson is a type of murder if someone dies during it. And, you know, she, like, that hits particularly personally for her. Because she just wants to, yeah, because she just wants to save people from becoming like her. So, yeah, that hit her particularly hard. Psychosomatic medical report. Name 14. Gender female. Address Okonomiya, Shishibone City. Remarks: attended middle school in the city. Medical exam contents. Blood testing was performed to identify the cause of sudden fainting symptoms during everyday activity. Originally investigated by the Shishibone General Hospital Department of Medicine on the suspicion of blood disease, anemia, but due to the sudden onset of migraines of unknown origin, the doctor advised her to enroll in psychosomatic counseling. Diagnosis: moderate to severe autonomic ataxia. Due to the risk of chronic symptoms, hospitalization is strongly recommended. I was thinking the exact same thing, Void Dweller. SCP, Object Class, Keter. Planning to begin pharmacotherapy. Well, that's a word I've never heard before. After carefully explaining the circumstances to both parents and obtaining their consent. Also, considering the psychological stress on the patient herself, the explanation to be provided is the treatment of blood disease. Interesting. I wonder if this is about Tomoe. Other notes. Personal information is to be strictly protected. The text below that point is unreadable. Scribbles in German. Oh my god. Is that him writing that? Is this everyone's favorite maid-loving doctor? I wonder. Because that's who we know writes in German. EDA, is that you? That was a short little tip, but we'll never know. Hold on, I just want to check one thing. I'm just trying to plan out the string here, so... Yeah, pharmaco as in pharmaceutical. Yeah, that I got that at first, and I've never heard the combination of those two words like that before. Okay, so the next chapter is also a fairly meaty one. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely not going to finish the next chapter in this stream. But we'll definitely start it. Saturday, July 2nd, 1983. Oh, Miyuki! With child Miyuki! Hello, Papa! Yeah, it's been a long time!
元気かいみゆき
Are you doing well, Miyuki?
Yeah, I'm fine. Where are you, Papa?
あパパはね今はまだ遠いところでお仕事なんだ
Papa is still working really far away.
みゆきおじいちゃんのところでちゃんとお利口さんにしてるかな
Have you been behaving yourself at Grandpa's house, Miyuki?
Yeah! Grandma and Grandpa please me a lot. And we went shopping earlier, and they bought me a doll. I'll show you next time you're here, Papa.
Okay.
楽しみにしてるよ
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, as I said, Void Dweller, Kageboushi is going to be at about 13 to 14 streams. And the one after that is going to be about 8 or 9 streams. But then we're moving on to something else, Higurashi, which is a lesser-known work of Ryukishi's that he wrote after Umineko, but before Rose Gun days. I tried to avoid buying too many toys for Miyuki to keep her disciplined. But my mother and father-in-law didn't get to see her as often, so they would always buy her anything she wanted. Sometimes that made us feel one step away from an argument, but even though I wanted to talk to them about my approach to child rearing, I could never bring myself to say anything. When are you coming home? Tomorrow?
明日は無理だな
Definitely not tomorrow.
でももうすぐ帰れると思う
But I think I'll be able to come home soon.
Really? When?
と
I said that to reassure her, but immediately I began to regret it. I didn't know the exact time frame, and it was foolish to promise otherwise. However... Okay, I understand. Papa's a policeman, so people need his help.
みゆき
Miyuki.
I'll be fine, okay? I'll keep waiting here until you come back, Papa.
すまない。
I'm sorry.
She sounded cheerful, but I detected a hint of loneliness in my daughter's voice. I appreciated her kindness, but it still hurt. Meanwhile, Miyuki's going, "Every day's great at your Junes."
それじゃあみゆき、
Alright, Miyuki.
また連絡するよ。
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Alright, Papa. See you later. Her cheerful voice echoed as she slammed the phone down. Was she handling it roughly out of childish innocence? Or was that her way of blaming me?
すまない。
Akasaka, I'm sure with the way she said that, I don't think she meant it in like a bad way. Kids love to do things forcefully. Like my son, he loves to slam doors. Just for the hell of it. Like, he's not even angry. He just like...
I'm sorry.
I softly muttered as I set the receiver down. She's growing up without a mother, so I ought to spend more time with her as a father. Even though I'm a police officer, I'm still hopeless as a parent. And even though my daughter is the one most in need of comforting, I'm still trying to assuage my own depressed feelings.
Huh?
Oh my god, are they gonna bond? That would be amazing. Sensing a presence at the break room entrance, I suddenly turned to look. And I found Chief Inspector Minai standing there with a troubled expression.
申し訳ありません。
Forgive me.
立ち聞きするつもりはなかったのですが。
I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but
ああ、
I
いや、
eavesdropped.
Oh, no.
情けないところを見られてしまいましたね。
What a pitiful scene to see.
Chief Inspector Minai had a stack of documents in her hands. She was probably coming to talk to me.
すみませんね。
Sorry about that.
ああ、何かわかりましたか？
So, did you figure something out?
はい。
Huh? Yes.
大石さんも第三会議室におりますので、詳しいお話はそちらで。
Oishi-san is waiting in conference room 3. You can hear the full story there.
わかりました。
Understood.
Then, Chief Inspector Minai and I headed towards the 1st Investigation Division's conference room. For a while, we walked in awkward silence.
はい。
Yes?
I responded by turning to face her.
さっきのお電話、お子さんですか？
Oh my god, Tomoe! That phone call earlier. Was that your daughter?
ええ。5歳になりましてね。
Yeah, she's 5 years old.
今は妻の実家に預けてあります。
My wife's parents are taking care of her at the moment.
実家？
Parents. Then I told Chief Inspector Minai about how I lost my wife, being careful not to darken the mood too much. My god, I think the best way to make use of a bad situation. I think Tomoe and Akasaka would make a great couple. Right away, she gasped in shock.
大変ですね。
That's terrible. After that, she quickly grew quiet, but her words sounded earnest and compassionate. And then,
自分の父も警察官でした。
my father was also a police officer.
もう亡くなって12年になりますが。
It's been 12 years since he passed away.
そうなんですか。
I see.
I'd already heard this story from Wishi-san, but I pretended not to know. Okay, before she tells this story, I have to go to the bathroom really quick. I will be right back for the last 40 or so minutes of this stream. All right, back. I already heard the story from Wishi-san, but I pretended not to know. Just like earlier, her words contained a feeling that only people with a similar past could understand.
あまり休みのない人でしたから、幼い頃は時々文句も言ったものです。
When I was young, I occasionally complained that he hardly ever took time off work.
よその子たちは日曜祝日には父親と過ごしているのに、自分の家庭ではむしろ逆でしたからね。
Other kids were able to spend time with their fathers on Sundays and holidays, but that was rarely the case in our home.
耳が痛いです。
It pains me to hear that.
この前も旅行をキャンセルして、ずいぶんがっかりさせてしまいました。
Oh, damn. Miyuki really is Nanako.
I had to cancel my vacation before coming out here, and it was rather disappointing. There's this silver-haired kid staying in my house, too.
きっと私のいないところでは文句も恨み事も言われているでしょう。
I'm sure I'll hear a lot of complaints for not being there.
そうかもしれません。
Maybe so.
でも
Still. Chief Inspector Minai turned towards me and raised her head. Her eyes wandered for a moment as she chose her words. Then she looked straight at me and spoke.
私にとって父は今でも自慢の父です。
I'm still proud of my father.
この仕事を選んだのも今まで続けているのも父がいたからなんです。
The reason I chose this job, the reason I'm able to keep pushing myself forward, is because he was here.
だからいつか赤坂警視のお子さんもきっと分かってくれると思います。
Someday, I'm sure your daughter will understand, Inspector Akasaka.
親にもなったことのない自分が申し上げるのは僭越ですが、一緒に過ごした時間だけが親の思い出じゃないと今ならわかります。
It may be improper of me to say this, since I've never been a parent myself, but when I look back on the memories of our time together, I was able to understand him.
元気を出してください。
Please don't let it get to you. Well, that was a sweet moment.
見ない警部。
Chief Inspector Minai.
お先に行きます。
I need to get going.
それでは。
All right then. Chief Inspector Minai turned away and quickly headed out. As I watched her walk away, I noticed the heavy mood from earlier had gotten a little lighter.
ありがとう、友江さん。
Thank you, Tomoe-san.
When I entered the meeting room, I noticed Chief Inspector Minai, Uishi-san, and 2 other detectives. Their faces looked familiar. I quickly recognized them as Chief Inspector Minai's subordinates, who were running around the crime scene the other day.
すみません、お待たせしました。
I'm sorry I kept you waiting.
いえいえ、別に待っていませんよ。
Oh no, we haven't been waiting long. Uishi-san laughed as he put out the cigarette by the window. The ashtray was relatively clean and mostly empty. I guess this room is for important business, so the smokers feel too ashamed to use it.
赤坂さん、まずご紹介を。
Let's begin with introductions for Akasaka-san.
こちらは藤田巡査部長と花田巡査部長です。
This is Sergeant Fujita, and this is Sergeant Hanada. He's the one without a sprite.
今日から本腰を入れてこの一件に加わってもらうことになりました。
I know, right, Apparition? It feels like Fujita got shafted. I really wanted to see more of him. I asked them to assist with this case from here on out. As at Chief Inspector Minai's urging, the 2 young detectives briefly stopped preparing materials to bow to me. They looked slightly nervous, but these were police officers, so they didn't seem all that strange.
2人ともそこはあまりいいとは言えませんが、口の堅さと頑丈さだけは信用できます。
I can't say the 2 of them are very good, but I do trust them to be dedicated and keep their lips sealed.
今回のような地道な捜査には最適だと思います。
I think they're our best bet for the investigation at this time.
え、
Huh?
そんなに俺たちそこ悪いですかね。
We're not that bad, are we?
未来さん、
Minai-san.
口の硬さはともかく、頑丈って褒めてるんですか？
Was that supposed to be a compliment about our work ethic?
もちろん。
Of course.
なんせ私の右足くんと左足くんだからね。
You guys are essentially my left and right legs. Chief Inspector Minai smiled after saying that. She never spoke in such a casual tone around us. Hearing that allowed me to recognize how much she trusted those two.
にしても足
So I'm a leg.
腕じゃなくて
Not even an arm?
つまりアッシーくんですか、俺たちって。
Sounds like we're just her chauffeurs. Oh my god.
なに
What?
不満なの
Was that a complaint?
いいえ
No, no, not at all.
The two of them dejectedly hung their heads after encouraging them. Question mark. Chief Inspector Minai's expression tensed, and she returned to her desk.
それでは始めましょうか。
Anyway, let's get started.
藤田くん、
Fujita-kun?
はい。まずは
Right, first of all.
On Chief Inspector Minai's direction, Detective Fujita spread the material out on the desk. The names and addresses of the hinamizawa residents that Chief Inspector Uishi-san and I had already investigated were marked in red. The far left column listed the ages of each person. The list was mostly elderly people around age 70.
昨夜の一件を受けて当初の5年前からさらに10年前まで対象者を広げてみました。
In response to the incidents yesterday, I expanded the scope of the list from 5 years ago to 10 years ago.
数としてはおよそ2倍。いや、3倍弱ってところでしょうか。
That doubled, tripled the amount of names.
結構な数ですね。
That's a rather large number.
Our eyes suddenly stopped at an item marked with a red circle.
畠山一馬と小畑清。
Kazuma Takayama and Kiyoshi Obata.
Needless to say, those were the names of the two elderly men who lost their lives in the tragedy last night.
完全に盲点でしたね。
It was a total blind spot.
ええ、
Right.
小畑清は畠山氏と比べて表立って派手な行動をしていませんでした。
Unlike Takayama, Kiyoshi Obata wasn't acting unusually at all.
だから見落としてしまった。
Thus, we overlooked it.
それにしても私たちはたたりを恐れて奇妙な行動を起こす人を注意してきましたが、それ以外のことにも目を向けないといけないようですね。
Everyone let out a deep sigh in unison. As much as I knew about the peculiarities of this curse, I was still powerless to prevent this tragedy, and that tormented me.
Though we've been focusing our attention on the individuals expressing fear of the curse and exhibiting strange behavior, it seems we'll still need to turn our eyes to the other sides.
それ以外のこと？
Other signs?
周囲への影響ですよ。
The effects of their surroundings.
伝染と言った方がいいですかね。
Y'all might even say it's contagious.
Uishi-san was certainly right. Unlike Kazuma Takayama, Kiyoshi Obata wasn't acting unusual in any way. However, there was a high probability that Obata was negatively influenced by Takayama during their close relationship. However, there was a high probability that Obata was negatively influenced by Takayama due to their close relationship.
それにしてもこれだけ範囲を拡大するとなれば操作するのも一苦労ですよ。
Even so, expanding the scope this far would make it difficult to investigate.
120世帯以上をこの人数でローラーかけるわけですか。
Are we planning to roll through 120 households on our own?
単純に計算しても20日以上はかかりますね。
By my calculations, that will take over 20 years. Days.
Jeez. I am just not reading it correctly today. Detective Hanada shrugged his shoulders with a bitter smile. Indeed, when it came to our numbers, hard work alone wouldn't be enough. Where have we heard this before? In another Ryukushi 07 work. Besides, that was almost double the time we had left. Man, this is tough. But just as I begin muttering those words to myself.
Oh.
どうしました、赤坂警視。
What is it, Inspector Akasaka?
見ない警部。それと大石さん。
Chief Inspector Minai, Houishi-san.
単なる偶然かもしれませんが、ちょっと奇妙なことを見つけました。
This may be just a coincidence, but I noticed something strange.
奇妙なこと？
Something strange?
これを見てください。
Please, look at this.
Something that something was off. I marked the list with a red pen, and then...
これとこれとこれが私の回った家で、これが見ない警部、これが大石さんの担当部。
These are the houses I visited today. This one was Chief Inspector Minai's, and Houishi handled this one.
そしてそれぞれ奇妙な飾り付けやまじないを施していた家がこの5つになります。
And the houses with the strange decorations and odd behavior were these 5.
ほほう。
Oh ho!
Seeing them side by side on the list, the two of them noticed it too. Those 5 houses all had a certain thing in common.
そうです。
That's right.
みんな2世帯家族なんですよ。
All of them had multi-generational families.
ふん。
The other homes had only people working on weekdays, so they were out or pretending not to be out, and their houses had no decorations. It's the same in the homes of the elderly. And thinking about it, even the murderer Kiyoshi Obata didn't have any decorations at home. No prayers, no magic spells.
しかし介護センターで事件を起こした正木さんは違いませんか？
What about Masaki-san who caused the incident at the care center?
確かに彼女には娘さん夫婦がいるとリストにはありますが、一緒に住んでいたわけではない。
Indeed, she had a daughter and a son-in-law on that list, but they didn't live together.
それなんですけどね。
That's it.
実は先週一度自宅に帰っているんですよ。
In fact, she visited home at least once a week.
で、本来なら孫の夏休みが始まるまで家族と一緒に暮らすはずだったとのことでしたが、急に予定を繰り上げてセンターに戻ってきたそうで。
She originally planned to stay with the family until her grandchild's summer vacation began. But I heard they had to suddenly leave, I'm guessing. After... had to suddenly alter, not after. Sorry, they had it correctly. I thought there was after. They had to suddenly alter the schedule and return here to the center.
ということは
That means...
自宅で問題行動を起こして家族が家から叩き出した。
That means the family might have been kicked her out for existing problematic behavior at home?
まだ聞いてみないことには何とも。
No, I haven't heard anything about that yet.
ですが、可能性はゼロではありませんね。
But I can't deny the possibility.
Indeed, the pattern of the Masaki family seemed to be the opposite of the Takayama family. Then that means...
それじゃ、タタリに何か関与すると思われる対象は2世帯が同居する家庭ということですか？
Well then, that means this curse is somehow tied to the fact that multiple generations are living together?
いえ、そこまではまだ。
No, not for sure.
ですが、危険度が高いということは言えるかもしれません。
However, the probability is high.
そして、そう考えてみると現在、2世帯家族で事件に巻き込まれていないのは、
Thinking about it more, there are other
この
multi-
物部に住む竹上家と岡本家だけです。
There are other multi-generational households. They were not involved with any of the incidents. Like the Takagami and Okamoto families living in the district.
物の部ですか。
The district?
割とここから近いですね。
The district? That one is really close to here.
In response to my suggestion, Detective Hanada drew red lines under the names of Hirodata Takagami and Katsu Okamoto. Below those names, there were 5 and 3 people connected to those two, respectively.
それから小畑容疑者が沖宮出身でしたので、沖宮から転居してきた家族も捜査対象の中に入れました。
Since the suspect Obata was originally from Okonomiya, we should add the families from Okonomiya into the list.
藤田君、
Fujita-kun.
はい。こちらはhinamizawaの隣町沖宮出身の家族のリストです。
Right. This is the listing of families from Okonomiya, the town next to hinamizawa.
その中で祖父母と同居するものとなると、
Among them, the ones living together with grandparents.
Based on that assumption, I marked all the relevant names with a red pen. By narrowing the list under that assumption, there were only 8 multi-generational households left. The number had decreased significantly.
ずいぶん少ないものね。
This is significantly fewer.
これだけ？
Only these?
ですね。
Right.
時代ですよ、時代。
This is how things are in modern times.
そういう私も父と母とは離れて暮らしていますから。
I live far away from my mother and father too. Ah, staff housing.
安いですからね。
It's cheap.
せっかく公務員なんですから、使わない手はないです。
It's cheap. I'm a civil servant, so I have to make do with what I have.
うちは実家なんで、まあそれも使わない手はないわけです。
I don't think we've ever really heard about Uishi's family except his mother.
My family lives at home with me, so I have to make do with what I have, too.
Uishi-san laughed after saying that, and Detective Fujita and Detective Hinata joined him in laughter. The two of them weren't married, but didn't live near their parents. It's thanks to the explosive population growth after the war. Economic growth peaked during the post-war period, and public housing grew with tremendous momentum. Consequently, the number of people moving out of their parents' homes started their own families has increased to start their own family. That sort of pattern was evident from examining the list of people who moved out of Hinamizawa. Young adults leaving the village one after another, leaving only the elderly and the children back in the village. However, the people from Hinamizawa had such a strong hometown sentiment, so many of them still returned to the village afterwards. And so, the number of young couples living together with grandparents has been declining.
さて、
Now,
そういうことならとりあえず藤田君は竹上家を重点でその周辺をお願い。
for the time being, I'd like Vegeta-kun to focus on the Takagami family. Please ask around the area.
花田君は岡本家重点でよろしく。
Hanada-kun, please take care of the Okamoto family.
私は佐伯介護福祉センターでの聞き込みの後、畠山家の現状を確認します。
I'll assess the Takayama family after visiting the Saki Care and Welfare Center.
で、大石さんと赤坂さんには沖宮出身の家を回ってもらいたいんですが、どうされますか？
Akasaka-san, I'd like you to start by visiting the families that moved from Okonomiya. How does that sound?
私たちは
You too, Uishi.
Well, we...
There were still an enormous number of families from Okonomiya. Was there something we could do to narrow it down a bit? Even split between myself and Uishi-san. Where would we start? Uishi-san's eyes stopped at a particular name on the list. It said, Kimiyoshi. Wait, the three great families of Hinamizawa were the Furudes, Sonozakis, and...
その通りですよ、赤坂さん。
That's right, Akasaka-san.
間違いなく、これはhinamizawa沢の御三家の一つですね。
No doubt, this is one of the three families of Hinamizawa.
なぜ断言できるんですか？
How can you be so sure?
hinamizawa沢の村で御三家の名前を付けられるのはその血筋の者しかいないからですよ。
Because that name is exclusively used by members of the bloodline of Hinamizawa's three families.
ともえちゃん、よく見つけましたね。
Don't y'all agree, Tomoe-chan?
いえ、私はそのこと今初めて知りました。
Ooh, shut down. Huh? No. This is the first time I've heard of this.
でも沖宮から移転した家族にそんなhinamizawa沢の有力名家が移り住んでいたんですね。
So, as a member of an influential family in Hinamizawa, moved out of Okonomiya. According to ancient legends, the 3 families of Hinamizawa were said to possess the blood of demons. Someone sharing the blood of a powerful family in the village is certainly worth investigating.
私たちの担当はこの家からで。
We'll handle the house.
赤坂さん、ここだけは一緒にどうです？
Akazaka-san, what do y'all say for handling this one together?
そうですね。
I agree.
早速、今から向かいましょう。
I agree. We should. Oh, I agree. We should head out immediately.
それでは私は佐伯介護福祉センターから行きます。
Then I'll head to Psychic Care and Welfare Center.
畠山一馬氏の入院中のことで何かわかるかもしれませんので。
They should know something about Kazuma Takayama's hospitalization.
わかりました。
Understood.
よろしくお願いします。
I'll do my best.
Okay. I think this is a good place to stop. We changed sceneries, and it's, yeah, this is a good time to stop too. 150, I think that's good for today. Alright, you guys. Well, things seem to finally be moving forward. The detectives are going to interview the families, especially Natsumi. Tomorrow we will be viewing the quote-unquote all-cast review for Fata Morgana. And the day after is more of this. So let's see what they say in their interview next time. And yeah, of course tomorrow is the Fata Morgana all-cast review. I can't wait for that. So until next time, I will say so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.